So the sex worker in Seattle gets approached by a potential customer last month. It begins like any ordinary service. They have sex. She's expecting to get her money. But then he reveals himself to be an undercover cop with a gun, police patches, a taser, which he also points at her, and other law enforcement equipment. With him then putting her in handcuffs and leg irons and throwing her in the backseat of his car, saying, "You are under arrest." And then they start driving to the station, or at least that's what she assumes. The thing is, though, she realizes this trip is taking a strangely long time. And then she looks at the officer's cell phone and she sees this map that says they're still 2 hours away from their final destination. So it's at that point she realizes, oh no, the guy in the front seat is not a police officer. And in fact, the place that he's taking her, Klamath Falls, Oregon, is more than 450 miles or about 7 hours away. And along the way, he allegedly stops to assault her, then just keeps going. Eventually, though, they get to this man's home and he takes her into the garage. And sitting there like a low-budget horror movie is a cinder block dungeon this man apparently built himself, with him forcing her inside, then locking a metal door at its front and then leaving her there. But thankfully, this guy was as much of like an architect or a construction worker as he was a cop, because the woman was actually able to break out of his dungeon. And the way she did that...
Is there something wrong?
I can't be the first one to make you feel weird about it.
No, I guess not.
Wearing sunglasses and a big bushy beard, Phoenix mumbled awkwardly through the discussion, causing the host to take verbal shots at him.
What can you tell us about your days with the Unabomber?
While this turned out to be a spoof for his mockumentary, I'm Still Here, the media genuinely believed Phoenix was having a breakdown, and producers stayed away from him.
But you're not going to act anymore?
No.
Huh. Why is that?
I don't know.
The actor admitted in a later interview that the quality of scripts sent to entice him had vastly dropped after the stunt. It took several critically acclaimed projects to put Phoenix's career back on track.
Thank you for letting me come on the show.
Yes, well, we've been dying to have you back a year and a half.
Number 19, Belle Gibson.
Are you prepared
to talk about? Really, it's really the hardest part to access, because it's so hard to imagine now, and it's so sad to think about, and what I thought, I felt, and that's the scariest part, because that's when for me, it wasn't just about like trusting other people, it was trusting myself again. Because there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I ignored my gut feeling, or I ignored red flags. But sometimes you don't see red flags, you don't have a gut feeling, everything feels fine. Like you feel completely safe. And I really felt like I was lucky to be there.
Yep.
Yet you continue to trash her.
Okay, I'm done with this.
No.
Sorry, no. Sorry.
So, do you know what? That's pathetic.
You can trash me, maybe not my
No.
See you later.
Later, he resigned from the show and has struggled for relevance since.
Absolutely diabolical behavior.
Number 15, Liam Neeson. This interview had social media bursting at the seams with comments for and against the Irish actor. While promoting one of his movies, Neeson opened up in an interview about the time one of his close friends was sexually assaulted by a black man.
To get rid of this, and I'm not racist. This was nearly 40 years ago, but because I was brought up, and maybe I'm rabbiting on, Rob, so forgive me. I was brought up in the north of Ireland, and I'm brought up in the Troubles.
He said that after finding out, he walked the streets looking for trouble, hoping to kill a black man, before realizing that what he was doing was wrong, and feeling ashamed of himself.
But at both places, I really liked Melbourne. I quite like Sydney as well, but Melbourne, my lord.
So good. Lots of punks in Melbourne. I think they keep...
I was one of them!
Feet. Now you're in a suit.
Yes, but underneath the suit, naughty tattoos and the heart of punk rock.
Do you have any other tattoos?
Yes. I was really drunk. No, I would never get my, Where did you get your tattoos then? On your arms? No, but I mean, where did you get them?
In New York.
Oh, right.
Oh, God, I hope he's not watching.
Who?
The guy who did this one.
Why?
I fell in love with him when he did it. And then he did this one, and it says, "Can't get rid of you," and then he broke up with me.
Wait. You got tattoos done by a lover?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't my...
Really?
Yeah.
Well, gosh, that's brave.
And then we broke up, and then I got this one.
Yeah, but that must be tough, because then it's on you.
Well, no, I love them.
Okay.
Gave us so much of his time.
Yeah. Charm the fuck out of us, really.
Yeah.
Well, get your spare...
Nope. Don't say it.
Please enjoy Brad Pitt.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Hi!
Monica, how are you? So
so nice to meet you.
You too. Sorry, I got ice.
No, you're good. You're
I got,
good. What'd you get?
I tried this new thing here. It's a
Teach us.
blueberry latte.
Yeah,
I'll take a sip.
Okay.
I'll absolutely take a sip.
Thank you for offering.
Oh, yes.
Is it nice?
Well, I love blueberry is my favorite fake flavor. You want in there? Get a take a
Sure,
little
I'll
rip.
take
Not really, but
No, I will. I will.
She's trying to make the argument that her and XQC probably met the requirements or should have met the requirements for common law marriage. So she's trying to file for a divorce now because when she gets divorced from XQC, she's going to be entitled to some of his assets that were accumulated during the duration of the marriage. That's what she's trying to do. Gold digging, unironically.
It became immediately clear that the stakes for this divorce case were immensely high. The house, the cars, the millions of dollars in crypto and other assets were all at stake.
Because people don't know, this is the biggest common law marriage case the world has ever seen, and only I got the court documents for now.
This is where a YouTuber called Henry Resilient comes in. If it weren't for Henry, most of the details about this case would be unknown to the public. He's a former investigator who got legal,
that listen to this podcast regularly don't subscribe, which is down from 69%. Our goal is 50%. So if you've ever liked any of the videos we've posted, if you like this channel, can you do me a quick favor and hit the subscribe button? It helps this channel more than you know, and the bigger the channel gets, as you've seen, the bigger the guests get. Thank you and enjoy this episode. James, I've never spoken to somebody that does what you do. What do you do?
I'm a divorce lawyer. I'm a divorce lawyer who represents people in contested divorce and custody proceedings in court. So it's the fact that you've never spoken to someone who does what I do is a good thing. It means that either you've not married or it means that you've successfully married to the point where you would never end up in my office. By the time someone sets foot in my office, something's gone terribly wrong in their life because no one ever meant to meet me. No one ever meant to be in my office ever.
Journey in raising a grand total of 19 children under fundamentalist Baptist principles. Over the 8 years they spent on cable TV, the Duggars not only broke records in terms of ratings, but became a spiritual icon for all to bear witness. Growing up in a Christian household myself, I actually spent a fair bit of time watching them with my family. Even at 11 years old, I was never the biggest fan and thought they were a little odd at times.
Oh man, good job.
But back then, my underdeveloped child brain had no real reason to suspect anything more sinister was at play behind closed doors. That is until a series of scandals that rocked not only the entertainment world, but the spiritual community as well. A disruptive wave of rumors, negative media attention, and poor crisis management that ultimately ended with the oldest sibling, Josh, being found guilty of some of the most detestable crimes imaginable. Going from an ideal picture